In this class we are going to discuss about the pipelining concept. Okay, so this pipelining is a very essential topic in computer architecture subject. Okay, so because by using this pipelining what we can achieve, that we will have a question now. Okay, so it's very important topic. So by using this what we can achieve, that we will have a question now. And what is the main target of learning this concept of pipelining, and why the system makes use of this advanced topic of pipelining. Okay, so what is the answer of all these questions means, it's very simple: to enhance the performance of the system. Okay, so already we discussed what about pipelining. So in software performance we have one topic in first unit. So in that we'll use this pipelining concept. Go and check it that. Okay, so why we are using this pipelining concept in our systems means to enhance the performance of the system, or maybe to increase the performance of computer. So for that pipelining will be used. Okay, so now how the pipelining will be done, and what are the major benefits we'll get, and what is the drawback of it, each and everything, now we will see here. Okay, so we know that computer generally executes the many programs, right? Okay, so we know that already computer will execute the different types of programs. So in our computer there will be a many softwares are running, right? So each software is a, what is meant by software? Each software is a collection of programs, no? So what is meant by program? Program is nothing but it is a set of instructions, right? So generally computer there will be a many in computer there will be a running of many softwares, right? So what is meant by software means it is a collection of programs. Okay, what is meant by software means software is nothing but collection of programs. Again, each program is a set of instructions. Now how can we achieve that, or how we can increase the speed of computer? Okay, so now we'll see here. So simple answer, if you execute more number of programs in less time, then we can achieve high speed in our computer. Is it right, ma? So we can execute the, if you execute more number of programs in less time, then we can achieve the high speed of our computer. So that means if the system can execute the more number of, or if the system can execute the multiple instructions at a time, or multiple instructions are executed in less time, then automatically the speed of operation or the speed of system can be increased. That is the reason behind of this pipelining concept. Okay, so pipelining also that type of the topic only. So what is pipelining means? Pipelining is a concept which is used to enhance the performance of a computer by performing multiple instructions of programs at the same time. Okay, so what is meant by pipelining? So pipelining is a concept and which is used to enhance the performance of a computer by performing multiple instructions of programs at the same time. That is called as the pipelining concept. So what is the reason behind of this? We can execute multiple instructions in a less time, automatically the speed will be increased here. Okay, so at a time if our computer executes multiple programs, or multiple programs means here multiple set of instructions, then automatically the speed of computer will be increased. So because of that concept only pipelining will be implemented by our systems. Okay, so now I will give an example to you so that you can understand the importance of the pipelining. Okay, so now we will see that one example related to the pipelining. So before going to see that example, so first if we use pipelining, okay, so if we use pipelining in our system, what happened? Okay, that is of one case, and another case we are having, that is nothing but without pipeline. Okay, so without pipelining, what is the drawback that will come in our computer? Now we will see that. Okay, so if we use pipelining, what happened in our systems? So without pipelining, so what is the drawback that will come in our computers? Now we will see here. Okay, so if you are using pipelining, what is the concept behind of that? So the performance will be increased, right? So without pipelining is nothing but, so now we will see here. So here generally how our computer executes the programs? So that is nothing but, program means it is a set of instructions. Okay, you know that in instructions, that means in each and every instructions there are three major steps we are having, right? Already we discussed in the first topic in our third unit. So that is related to the instruction cycle. Go and checking that. So how can we execute the instruction? So that execution procedure will be depends on the instruction cycle. So it may consist of three major steps. So that is nothing but, one is fetch cycle or fetch the instruction, and the next one is decode the instruction or decode cycle, and the last one is execution cycle. Already knows this procedure, how can we execute the instruction. Okay, so first of all, each and every instruction for the execution of execution purpose, so it will go to the three major step, that is fetching the instruction first. After that fetching the instruction, then it will go to the decoding cycle. So for decoding that instruction, then it will give to the execution purpose, right? So now let us take two primary steps for the execution of the instruction. Okay, for the execution of the instruction, I will take the two major steps in this instruction cycle, that is fetch cycle and execution cycle. So in between we have the decode cycle also. Okay, so there are the two steps I have taken here. So now our computer will do generally without pipelining. Okay, so now I want to execute the instruction without pipeline in our system. So how it will run the computer without pipeline? Okay, so what is the drawback that will come in our system? Now we will see here. Okay, so first step I will go that without pipelining. So without pipelining in our system, how can we execute the instruction? Okay, so for that I can take one diagram here. So just observe the figure. So F1, E1, F2, E2 and F3, E3 up to so on. Okay, so see here this diagram, that means observe the each and every box here. Just now I explained, if you want to execute the instruction means compulsory it will goes to these three major steps, right? So in that I will take the two major steps, that is nothing but fetch the cycle and execution cycle. Okay, so that I will be indicated as here, fetch cycle may be indicated by F and execution cycle may be indicated by E. Okay, so what about 1, 2, 3 is nothing but this fetching of execution and fetching of instruction and execution of instruction of 1 is related to the instruction 1, and the next procedure of fetching 2 and execution 2 related to the instruction 2, and these three are related to the instruction 3. Okay, so that means F1 E1 belongs to the first instruction I1, and F2 E2 belongs to the second instruction I2, F3 E3 belongs to the third instruction I3. So here in this we want to execute totally 3 instructions, right? So now our computer without pipelining, how it will execute these 3 instructions? Okay, so now we will see here. So that means let us say our program has here 3 instructions. So when we can say our program will be executed? If all the 3 instructions are executed, then we can say our program is successfully executed. That is the reason, right? So now in order to execute this single program, how many instructions executed here? That single program we may have consist 3 instructions here. That means these 3 instructions should be executed. Okay, those are I1, I2, I3. So what our computer will do in generally? First of all, our computer will fetch the instruction 1. Okay, so first our computer will take the instruction 1. So, that instruction 1 will be fetched in that F1 cycle. So, after that fetching that instruction, so then it will gives to the execution purpose. Okay. So, after fetching the instruction, then it will execute the instruction 1. So, after executing the instruction 1 successfully, then it will go to the instruction 2. That means then it will go to the fetching of next instruction. Okay. So, fetching of I2 and the next one is execution of the next instruction. So, that is nothing but, so after fetching of instruction 1 is completed, then it will go to the execution of first instruction. So, totally the first instruction is completed. So, then it will take the next instruction, that next instruction will be fetched, that is second instruction. So, after second instruction is fetched, then it will goes to the execution purpose. So, second instruction execution is completed, then it will go to the third instruction. Okay. So, fetching of I3 and execution of I3. So, we can call these concept, that means one after one. So, we can call these concept as sequential execution. Okay. So, what is the concept we are calling about this? Without pipelining. So, how the computer will execute the instruction means first instruction will be executed. So, then after it will goes to the next instruction. So, then second instruction fetching and execution is completed. So, then it will go to the third instruction. So, it may take the fetching and execution purpose. Okay. So, why we are answering this sequential execution means first instruction 1 and then instruction 2 and next instruction I3. So, let us say if our program has some more instructions, okay, if the program has some more instructions here, okay, so automatically the control unit will go to those next instructions also. Then this is the procedure we are calling sequential execution. So, without pipelining, how can we execute means like this way we can execute the instruction. So, then what is the drawback we are getting from this? Okay. So, what is the drawback in this method means the drawback in this method is, even though it is very cheap method, it means there is no need to have expensive hardware in this. Remember that point. It is very cheap method and there is no need to have here expensive hardware in that. Okay. So, no need to have very expensive hardware in this. So, both the that means, but the big drawback of this sequential execution is nothing but speed of execution is very less. That means the performance of our system becomes considerably very slow. That means speed is low is nothing but automatically performance is very low. Okay. So, this is the sequential execution concept. So, now how can we improve the performance and how can we execute the multiple instructions or concurrent executions at the same time. So, how can we achieve that better performance as compared to the sequential execution means, then we will go for choosing the, if we use pipelining in our system. Okay. So, without pipelining we are getting the speed of operation is very slow. This is the drawback we are getting with this from this. Okay. So, for that, to overcome this problem we can use the pipelining concept. Okay. So, now we will see if pipelining will be used in computer, what happens. Okay. Now we will see that. So, how can we achieve the better performance or how can we execute the multiple instructions or concurrent instructions at the same time means, the answer is pipelining concept. Okay. So, now we need to introduce the pipelining concept. Because of this problem pipelining has been introduced. So, to overcome that slow speed or to overcome that low performance, we can use the pipelining concept in our systems. Okay. So, this is the result we are getting without pipelining concept. Okay. So, this is the result we are getting without pipelining concept. Okay. So, now what will happen if you are using pipelining in the systems. Okay. So, first of all I need to have two separate hardwares here. So, just now I explained in that without pipelining we do not have any expensive hardware in that, but in pipelining concept we can choose or we can have in that two separate hardwares. Okay, so first hardware is nothing but it is used for, it is a fetch unit. Okay, so the first hardware system is nothing but here, that is fetch unit, and the second hardware system we can use execution unit. Okay, so for the fetching of instruction we have separate hardware, and execution of instruction we have another separate hardware, right? So in middle of these two we have one important thing, that is B1. Okay, so in between these two hardwares we have one separate hardware system, that is nothing but B1 we are calling. So this B1 is nothing but interstage buffer. Okay, so what is meant by B1? That is buffer, or we can call it as interstage buffer. So with the help of addition of interstage buffer, what we need to do means we need to do small changes in the hardware of computer to implement the pipelining concept. What we need to do here means, for first fetching the instruction, okay, so after that we'll executing the instruction. So in between there should be a one buffer, no? So then what is meant by buffer means, buffer is a temporary storage place to store the store the some data. Okay, so what is meant by buffer? So buffer is a, generally we can call it as register, that is nothing but it is a temporary storage place to store some data. Okay, so now we'll see here how the pipeline concept will work with the help of this diagram. Okay, so this diagram we can call it as hardware organization. Okay, so first of all, in a hardware organization, now we will see what is the function of fetch unit. So fetch unit is nothing but it always fetch the instructions as soon as the instruction has been fetched. So that means from IR register it will take the instructions. Okay, so IR register it will give the instructions, no? So that instructions will be given to the fetch unit, directly it will be fetched that instructions, after that it will be transferred to the B1 register. Okay, so that means it will fetch the instructions as soon as the instruction has been fetched, that instruction will be stored in buffer register, which means fetch unit is now free, right? It is empty now because that content will be moved into the B1 register already, right? Once the instruction is fetched here, that will be transferred into the B1 register, automatically it will be empty, right? So data is available in which register now? That is nothing but B1 register, that means buffer. So whatever execution unit is free, it will take that data, okay, that means B1 register, that data will be transferred to the execution unit. So after take that data, so after execution unit will take that data, so then automatically it will start the execution of instruction. Okay, so meanwhile when execution unit is starting to execute the instruction, simultaneously fetch unit will fetch the next instruction, which means we can observe one point here. So that means concurrent execution of steps is going on here, or concurrently multiple instructions are being executed in this case. That means first instruction will be executed, that first instruction will be already fetched, that will be transferred into the B1 register. So after storing the data, then it will be given to the execution unit, right? So after execution unit take that data, so then it will goes to the execution purpose, right? So while executing the instruction, automatically simultaneously in the same case, fetch unit will take the next instruction. So the process will be continued. So in this way we can able to utilize the time of the processor. So while during the execution procedure, fetch unit will take the next instruction, that means there is no time gap in that. So at the same time simultaneously we are taking the next instruction also. So let us see one example related to this hardware organization. So I can represent it here. So timing, that is cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3 or cycle 4, or you can represent like this also. Timings T1, this is the time period T2, T3 and T4. Okay, so first one, so what I am doing here means take first instruction I1. Okay, so what is the process actually? Fetch the instruction, that will be given to the buffer register, then will be given to the execution purpose. That means fetching, buffering and execution. That is related to the first instruction. No? That is why I can represent it F1, B1, E1. Okay. So, first of all we want to execute the instruction 1. So, how the instruction 1 will be executed? That is nothing but first instruction will be fetched in the fetch unit. Okay. So, that means the instruction first will be fetched, after that it will be given to the B1 register, then it will given to the execution purpose, right. So, instruction 1 will be first fetched, then it will be executed. So, during this execution of I1, okay, during this execution of I1, what happens? During the execution processor, the next instruction will be fetched, right. So, that is nothing but during the execution of this in T2 period. So, that means at the first instruction of execution time, the second instruction will be fetched, right. So, that is nothing but F2, B2, E2. So, in between fetching and execution we have decoding process also there. Okay. So, you can remember that thing, do not forget about that. Okay. So, during the first execution of the instruction 1, I2 will be fetched in this time only, and it will be executed in this cycle 2. So, while during that execution of instruction 2, so automatically in the time period T3, the third instruction will be fetched. Okay, so F3, B3, E3. So, during the that means again the instruction I3 will be fetched in the execution of second instruction time. So, after that it will be executed. So, while during the execution of E3, so automatically the next instruction will be fetched in this time only, that is instruction 4. F4, B4, E4. Okay, so like this way I3 and I4 instructions are executed simultaneously. So, this is the pipelined execution. So, that means while executing the first instruction, the next fetch unit will be take the another instruction in that time only. So, simultaneously the two instructions will be here worked, right. So, that means this finally with pipelining concept, so automatically we can increase the speed of operation or to enhance the improvement of performance also with the help of pipelining system. So, with the help of hardware organization we can improve the performance, and with the help of sequential execution the speed is very low. Okay. So, because here after executing the first instruction, then it will be go to the next step, but in this after first instruction, that means while during the execution of first instruction the next instruction will be fetched. That means little bit time will be saved here, and here there is no saving of time. So, if the time is saved means speed is increased and performance will be increased. That is the behind of what is the concept behind of the pipelining is nothing but, so this is the pipelining concept. It is very important concept for long answer. So, remember that thing. Okay. So, here in between fetch unit and execution unit we may have one block, that is decoding the cycle. What it will do in the decoding block means it will be decode the instructions or divide the instructions into separate format. So, after that means coded format, the instructions will be converted into the coded format. After that it will be given to the execution block. That is the concept behind of that decoding instruction. Okay. So, go and check the notes once, okay, you will understand easily. Thank you.